I remember meeting with you last year when, it looked like it was set up for the Lions.
Right.
If the Jags pass.
Right.
And I know, hoping deep down that's how it went. But it just felt like it was meant to be.
Oh, yeah.
That you'd be a Lion, and it feels like you're going to be a Lion forever.
Yeah, it was also storybook, man. Now I'm living 10 minutes away from my parents' house and taking the same expressway I took to high school. It's honestly ridiculous. The whole thing is wild.
Right, and that's a positive, right? You love that, right?
I love it. I
like
love
some
it.
people, I think, would be like, man, I didn't want to be back in my hometown,
Right.
but so
I know. Well, that's why you can vacation in the off season. You can get out a little bit, but when I go to work and stuff, I'm home.
Right. All right, so great year, like Mike said. I first thing is just like what NFL football. What was the biggest shock? I mean, I know you Michigan, Big Ten, awesome, but what was that moment? After you sang Billie Jean and did all that in training camp, where you were just like, wow, the NFL game's different.
I just think there's no real drop-off in talent, from game to game compared to college,
Right.
know?
Yeah.
I mean, in the NFL, there's some elite offensive linemen, but for the most part, it's like a very steady line across all teams.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest difference for me between NFL and college is just, dude, week by week, you got to be ready physically, mentally, but there's no
college. You had a few games where you're like, I'm going to get some today. I'm going to get a few sacks today.
Yeah, there's a big disparity between teams, so you got to be fighting every week, and you got to be ready.
Yeah.
The last game of the season, and they say in the NFL only one team is ever happy, the team that wins the Super Bowl. But you guys, it felt like a bowl game.
It did.
You get selected to play in the last game of the regular season. Going in that you're not going to get to the playoffs even if you win, but still, there had to be something special about going into Lambeau Field, knocking them out, and being able to walk off the field last game of the season as winners.
Yeah, that's what I was taking away from it. If we did make it to the playoffs and you don't win the Super Bowl, you're going to end the season on a loss. So I took it as a positive. Took it as we stopped Aaron Rodgers from making it. We won. The Lions fans showed up after that game.
That was amazing.
After that game was so awesome,
right.
dude. It was ridiculous, and I just love our fans, man. And so that whole game, man, it was a great way to go out for my rookie year.
Rookie year, you go from Jim Harbaugh, to Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us, the first experience Dan Campbell, were you like, what the hell? What is this? Was it a shock? I mean, his personality is infectious, it seems.
I think it's what he showed on Hard Knocks when he was talking about just when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's a freight train coming your way. That's literally that's Dan Campbell right there. That's him, and that's what he does, man, and that's who he is. So,
it's intense.
He is. Whatever you see, interviews, anything like that. That's who he is. Hell yeah.
What was the spark when it was 1-6, and it just felt like it was going to be another same old Lions season? What caused it to flip?
I think we came together as a defense, and we really got accountable for each other, and that's something that's not easy to do. Not necessarily calling guys out, but every guy saying what they think they're responsible for and what they got to get better at and stuff like that, and just hearing your teammates say that, it's something kind of vulnerable, and it's something that I think it propelled us.
So was it like a team meeting? Did you have
it was
players only meeting?
Players only defensive meeting.
Yeah. Who took charge?
Some of the captains did. Some of the captains got up, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was a majority of the guys talking.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So for you personally, rookie year, great. What's second year where you're like, okay, this offseason, I got to hone in on this.
Yeah.
I got to get a little bit better. What is the element you're looking that you got to improve?
Yeah, man. Obviously, I'm looking all around the board. But,
I know you are.
I'm licking my chops already at year 2.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I think
more pass rush moves. You're trying to get more powerful. Anything like that.
I think I got a pretty good pass rush plan.
Yeah.
I don't need more moves. You don't need that many moves.
You're right.
But it's more perfecting what you have.
Gotcha.
And obviously, getting faster, stronger. All those little things. But and also focusing on the mental side of the game, the visualizing, the meditating, especially in the offseason.
Okay. Did the grind of the year get to you a little bit as like a rookie? Was that a tough thing? I know my rookie year, I was like, holy crap, we still got 5 games left, right?
To be honest with you, it didn't hit me too hard. Because for me, when I was sitting there, every week I was so motivated to just produce and keep getting better. And so I was so just fired up every week.
Right.
And I know that might sound a little cliche.
I got you, but you just
fired
every
rookie,
day
but
you went after
but
it.
if you get a sack in a game, you're like, I want to do that every week.
Yeah.
I want to keep doing that. So I was so motivated by that. But when I was watching the playoffs, especially, I was like, dude, these are long. Like, you play, you make it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's a lot of football now.
Yeah,
it's
is.
a lot of football. So, yeah.
How do you deal with any frustrations you had to be feeling when, and there are two dynamics for pass rushers. You get held all the time.
Yeah.
And it feels like the tackles, we watch all the games, it feels like they get off just enough, just a half second before into their pass block set.
What's going on with that, right?
It's one of those things in the NFL that's kind of just a thing. And in college, they'll pull the flag every time.
Right.
But in the NFL, if I get a little half-second jump, that flag's flying.
Definitely.
But if they get a half-second jump, it's, well, same with the quarterbacks. If they delay a game, as long as they don't see it hit zero, it's not delay a game. So, the NFL is made for the offense.
It is. You say that to the refs during the game, though? Like, do you bring it up to them?
I don't even fight.
You give up on it.
Like, there's no point.
You can slam your helmet to the ground, and then your coach can pick it up and give it to you. You can slam your helmet to the ground again, Joey Bosa. But that's and others have said. Max Crosby said it. You just have to deal with it because that's just the way it is. It seems like that's the attitude you have.
I was watching it, and I felt I felt that same feeling. You feel he was trying these spin moves, wide hands. He was wrapped around him, but dude, they're never gonna. 90% of those when you're going inside, they will never call those. They only call the ones when you're reaching outside and you're.
It's sometimes not then.
Blatant
you got to be very blatant
Yeah.
and sell it in order to even get it.
Who's the toughest guy you faced this year?
Yeah, let's hear it. Who's the guy that shocked you? You're like,
whoa. Week one, we played Philly week one, and that offensive line was like arguably the best in the league. And even in camp, I played against our offensive line in the whole camp. So
yours
I had a really good start to my year. So I think I'd say maybe Lane. I wonder. I want to play Lane again. That was week one. I didn't really know. I was getting my feet in the ground.
He's the master of the early departure from the line of scrimmage.
I know, no doubt. Oh yeah, he's real good at that. So, but I definitely am looking forward to playing Lane again.
Yeah, I know. I guess I wanted to ask you like the best team you played all year. I know they were early on in the year, but I guess that would be the best team you played too.
I'd say all around, man. They're so talented.
Were you shocked by the size of their offensive line? Like, was that a shock to you a little bit? Like Malata?
I wouldn't say the size. I would just say you just look all around. You look at that whole offensive line.
Right. There's no weak spot.
There's no weakness. Yeah. Essentially,
Right.
They have 3 or 4 Pro Bowl guys.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
How many interceptions you have this year?
3.
You intercepted Aaron Rodgers in the end zone.
Yeah.
I hope you kept that ball.
Oh, of course.
Where is it?
I kept all my interceptions. It's right in my little case in my living room.
We saw Penei Sewell make the catch against the Vikings to ice the game. Are you doing any lobbying for a little tight end, put me out there,
I'm all
coach?
For it now. I got some hands.
I've shown I can
You
catch.
do have some hands,
I got some
man.
hands now. So maybe my MVP year in a few years when it's coming up, I'll get some touchdown receptions.
That's how you win MVP as a
Hell
defensive player.
Yeah.
That's the J.J. Watt model. He didn't win it, but that was the year he was a real candidate.
Yeah.
He was playing some tight ends.
Is there anybody you watch during the year as far as players, like where you go, let me see what they're doing pass rush wise? Like, is there anybody that you study as the season goes on to steal anything from? Or is it just kind of happen naturally through watching film?
I wouldn't say any moves because there's only so many moves you can do as a pass rusher. It's more instinctually watching them and seeing how they get out. It's more like the little things, like maybe how their stance is, maybe how they're leaned this way. But even the amount of film you watch, you see
enough of the guys.
You see enough of so many guys. I just take little things like, oh, if he's doing that to this, I might try that to that. Then,
Right.
So it's kind of like that. It's not necessarily taking moves. It's more helping my instincts a little bit.
Yeah. What about? Go ahead.
Are you a get Aaron Rodgers out of the division guy, or are you a hey, we swept him last year, bring it on again guy?
I'm a whatever guy.
You don't care.
If
I think
Aaron
the
wants
Packers
to
players
stay,
feel that way
he can
too.
stay. If he wants to leave, c'est la vie.
I love it. All right, so we know you can rush the passer, but what do you got? What are you selling today? Let's see what you can do in this department.
Yeah, so I'm here on behalf of Courtyard by Marriott and the official hotel of the NFL, and they are showcasing the Courtyard Sleepover Super Bowl suite in the stadium, and one lucky fan gets to sleep in the stadium in the suite, wake up on Super Bowl Sunday, and be the first ones in the stadium.
Wow,
overlooking the whole thing. So it's a great deal.
That is a great deal.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have signed up for that one.
I know, me too.
You know,
me too. It was pretty dope.
All right, last one on the way out. Other than offensive lineman and defensive lineman, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a guy like, carrying the ball, receiver, running back, where you were just like, whoa. And here's your schedule if you want to look at it, where you were like, that guy was the truth, or I had no idea.
Let me see.
I always love to hear that kind of thing from a guy like you. I know you got good perspective.
You know who was a sneaky one for me?
Yeah.
I missed like 2 tackles on in the Bears game was David Montgomery.
Oh, that power.
He's
those
one
legs,
of those guys.
Right?
He's so small.
And then he's got the quick.
And like I go to wrap him up, and he's just kind of like, he's so small, and he's like a little bowling ball.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I missed a couple tackles on him. So I'd say, I gotta get back.
You got to get back in it. He shocked you a little bit.
Yeah.
Aidan, I remember meeting with you last year. It was early in the week for us, and we both were really impressed. You had a ton of confidence. You were going to come in and tear it up, and you did. We're watching you. It's been great so far, and we have a feeling that the ceiling is unlimited. So we wish you all the best. Congratulations. The NFL Rookie of the Year. Not offense, not defense.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just
Rookie of the Year.
Future tight end of the Detroit Lions. Future MVP candidate, Aidan Hutchinson. Thanks for some of your time.
Appreciate it.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.